and about how to make money or whatever interests you have, get a free audiobook, okay? So go to my podcast description and click the link tinyurl.com/AskYaz707, okay? And it'll take you there where you can download a free audiobook, okay? Like I said, doesn't cost you anything. You should try it out. Audiobooks are the new hot thing. A lot of people don't have time to sit down and physically read a book. This you could be driving in your car and listen to whoever you want to listen to, okay? There's like a large amount of different audiobooks that they have, okay? So check it out. The link's in my podcast description, and have a great day. Hi everybody, it's Yaz. Good morning and Happy New Year. I want to wish everybody a happy, healthy New Year. And I hope, this year brings everybody a lot of happiness in their dating and their relationship life. And I'm also podcasting this morning about a topic that I'm seeing more and more with a lot of people, okay? Especially like on the dating sites or if you're in a relationship, okay? The reason that I'm podcasting, you guys, is that I wanted to tell you, never, ever chase anyone, okay? Just don't do it. Whether you're dating somebody or you're starting to date somebody or you're in a relationship or even if you're married, okay? It doesn't stop. Even when you're married, never chase anybody because you know what happens? You're making yourself look desperate, okay? And when you chase that person, they're not going to want you more. If anything, they're going to be turned off by you, all right? And then they're going to treat you worse than before, all right? So I'm going to give you an example, right? I know somebody, she was on a dating site and she was talking to some guy and she was seeing some guy for about 3 weeks. Now, she got to a point, she also got very clingy. That's another thing, you guys, you don't want to do is get clingy. It's a big, big turnoff. If you really like somebody, you have to play it cool, all right? Even if you want to see that person every day, you have to let it come from that person. So in other words, she was pressuring this guy that she was talking to. She wanted to see him at least 4 times a week. And he was like, that's too much. And, I want to take it slow. Now, they were exclusive. They weren't dating other people. But after about 3 weeks, he started to tell her he wanted to go out visit his brother. Now, we don't know if it was his brother he was going out with, or he could have been going out with somebody else, okay? You never know sometimes. And she said, well, before you do that, you have to run that by me, all right? That was it for him. He said it lasted another 2 weeks, and then he broke the relationship off because she was too clingy, she was too needy, and she was chasing him, you guys. So never, ever chase a guy. If you find that the guy that you're talking to is not showing you the attention that you want, then you have to pull back. And this goes for whether it's a woman too, because women play these games as well, or partner to partner, no matter who you're dealing with, all right? If you feel like you're just thirsty for that attention, you want that person, and that person is not giving you back, they're not reciprocating the same type of affection or attention or wanting to see you, then you have to fall back, all right? You have to, here's the key, you guys, you have to treat them the way they treat you, all right? If they're not available for you and they're not making the time to see you on a regular basis, then guess what? You do the same thing. You don't make yourself available and let them come looking for you, all right? And if you see that they really don't care, then you have to just, you have to face it and say to yourself, well, maybe this is not somebody that I could, have a relationship. Maybe this is somebody that likes to be single or likes their own free time. You're going to have to accept it and move on to somebody that will want to be with you on a regular basis. But never, ever bombard anybody with phone calls. Never, ever text anybody more than one text even. I'll be honest with you. I think you should I'm a bit old school. I think that you need to let somebody, especially a man, be a man and let him text you first. All right. And then follow from there. But there was a case of a couple that I heard where she was texting. They went out on a date, right? They had a nice time on the date. And the next day, she texts him 5 times because she didn't hear from him. And then she kept doing it. So when they called him up, he said he said, I was going to call her. He said, until she started texting me like crazy. See, sometimes guys are a little slow in, moving forward and everything. And you have to relax, you guys. You have to relax. And another thing, and especially for women, all right, even if you're looking for a relationship, all right, don't be so obvious about it. All right. Like when you meet somebody, don't be like, look, I'm looking for a relationship. And if you don't want a relationship, then forget it and blah, blah, blah. All right. Because from a guy's perspective, a lot of guys are very cautious. All right. That's why they always say, I want to take it slow, one day at a time, because they have a lot of women out there that are like very, very possessive and are ready to like chain them down after the first date. So it's going to scare a guy away. All right. Now, there may be some men that just are players that aren't looking for anything, but there are also some men that are relationship or partner material, but you're scaring them off. You're scaring them off, you guys. All right. You have to be laid back about it. All right. You have to let them keep looking for you. You have to make it like, yeah, you could take it or leave it getting together, all right? And I trust and believe they're going to want you even more, all right? And even if you're in a relationship, I had gotten an email from a girl who told me that she was having problems with her partner in a relationship. She felt like her partner was pulling away, and she was telling her partner, I love you, and all these other things. I don't want to lose you. And she just felt like her partner was pulling away, And I told her, I said, you have to stop that. Stop telling her how much you love her and how you don't want to lose her. All right? She knows it already. You made your point. She knows it already. Now you have to fall back. All right? You have to let her wonder where you're at, okay? You have to take that attention away so that you will draw her back to you. You see, because what happens with human relationships or people, it doesn't matter if it's a man, a woman, a man, a partner. It's just human nature. When you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship and that person knows that you're very emotional over them, let's say you cry over them or you get angry, you're very emotional, they know they have power over you.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about the Taking Sides, the Marriage Podcast. On Taking Sides, the Marriage Podcast, listeners are going to send in their relationship questions, their disputes, and their current disagreements. Hosts Dalen and Ashley Seeley, known as the Dashleys on Facebook and YouTube, they're then going to take sides and offer their opinion on the matter. The goal of this podcast is not to be divisive, but rather to learn to come together, gain your tools for making the relationship work, and learn that the best side to take is the one you come up with together, and to learn to disagree without being disagreeable. Sometimes it helps to know that you're not alone, and other couples have experienced the same issues as you do. So listen, you have to go to Taking Sides, the podcast, you guys. If you would like to have your relationship questions answered, you need to send your questions to Taking Sides with the Dashleys at gmail.com to hear the questions answered on the next episode of Taking Sides dash the Marriage Podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. So go to Taking Sides, the Marriage Podcast.
They know they have control over you. They know that you're sweating them, okay? And when that happens, that person has the power. I talk about this, you guys, in my book, Regain Your Power, on Amazon, all right? Just wanted to let you know. And basically, when you're in a relationship, one person is going to have a little bit more of the power than the other person. So if you're the person that cares more, all right, it's going to be harder for you, all right? You're the person that's probably showing more attention and affection. What you need to do is pull back, and that person will come to you. So never, ever chase anybody, all right? Chasing, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be flat out honest, you guys. Chasing somebody is the kiss of death, all right? When you chase somebody, yeah, you may get them, all right? But guess what? They're going to be turned off by you. You're making yourself look desperate, all right? You're making yourself look desperate, okay? People that are harder to attain are more valuable. So keep that in mind. And if you feel that that person you're dealing with is not really making the effort, all right, then maybe they're not worth your time anyway, and you're going to have to accept that. You're going to have to accept that. Like, for instance, the person I was giving advice to with her partner, okay, her partner started to talk to somebody that she said was just a friend, all right? And she was concerned. She didn't know if it was just a friend. And I told her, I said, first of all, I said, she shouldn't be bringing outsiders into your relationship and talking about your relationship. That's number one, all right? If you're in a relationship with somebody, they shouldn't be going to outsiders, friends, family, and babbling about your relationship, because that always starts trouble when third parties get involved, okay? Especially if they don't like you. So I said to her, I said, you have to let her know, this other person can't get involved in what's going on between the two of you, all right? And if she's not willing to let that person go, all right, or, to show you that you're the priority, then guess what? You do the same thing, okay? If she's telling you she's talking to somebody and that person is just a friend, you tell her, oh, okay, well, the way you have friends, guess what? I guess I need to have some friends too, all right? They're just friends. And this way you're letting that person know, what's good for you is good for me, all right? And I guarantee they're not going to like it, and they're going to see. So the whole point is you have to treat these people the way they treat you. If you go out with somebody and that person doesn't call you or whatever right away, guess what? You don't call them right away, all right? You can't chase after somebody, you guys, all right? Because they're going to be like, oh, he's all into me. Oh, she's all into me. No, okay? No, when somebody feels that they have you, that, you're there in a second, that's when they take advantage. That's when they get bored. And you don't ever want to get to that place. You want to hold your own. Now, on the other side of the coin, if they're treating you well and with respect and the right way, obviously you have to do the same thing, okay? If they're giving you the respect, you give that respect right back, all right? Treat them the way they treat you, okay? And if they're not, and you are pulling away, then honestly, you have to consider, maybe leaving the relationship, or if it's a dating situation, you have to talk to other people, all right? If you're dating a guy and he's not really showing you what you want him to show you, like he's not being like, yeah, we're in a relationship and everything like that. Okay, no problem. Oh, okay, well, we're going to take that lighthearted spirit. Well, that goes both ways, because guess what? Let me see what else is around the way you're seeing what else is around. No problem, okay? And you don't make yourself available. You don't make yourself available. Don't be like when they decide to call you every 2 weeks for the date, don't be around. Sorry, I have plans. Okay? This is how you have to treat people that aren't all into you, all right? Either they're going to show you the right kind of attention or they're not. And if they're not, then guess what? You have to put these people on the pay no mind list. That's what I call it. You're putting them on the pay no mind list because they're putting you on the pay no mind list. And when you do that, you keep your doors open and you see what else is around. That's what you have to do. All right. You're not getting rid of them. All right. You're not throwing them away somewhere and saying, oh, well, I'll never talk to you again or anything like. No. You're very lighthearted about it. That person's taking it slow. That person's not, showing you that they want to be in a committed relationship or they want to see you on a regular basis. Well, guess what? You do the same thing. You do the same thing. You leave your doors open. You treat them the way they treat you. That's if you want to even deal with them, all right? But never, ever get your emotions or your feelings all in because that's when you're going to get hurt. That's why I always say, never wear your heart on a sleeve, you guys, until that person has earned your trust, all right? And that takes a little time. That takes, a couple of months or whatever to know exactly, so to speak, the beast you're dealing with, all right? Because people are always nice in the beginning. Everybody's nice in the beginning. And the relationship is always great in the beginning because it's all new and it's all exciting. But as you go out with somebody, people get bored, people get complacent, people start to take the other person for granted, especially if they're always doing for them or they're around. So you have to always hold back a little bit, all right? You never want to give somebody your complete self. You want them always coming back for more, all right? It's sad to say, but you have to be like that. Even if you're married to somebody, that's why a lot of partners, they cheat or they go on the outside because they feel like, that's because a lot of partners feel like, I have this person and, they're not going anywhere and I'm bored in the relationship. And that's when people start to venture out sometime. You want them always to be coming back. So the whole purpose of this, you guys, is that you have to, number one, treat people the way they treat you, okay? You have to hold your own. If you see that somebody is not showing you the attention that you want or seeing you on a regular basis like you want, then you do the same thing or you don't bother with that person, okay? And you have to, you have to accept it. If that's not a person that's willing to move forward with you, then you don't want them anyway, okay? How they treat you is how much they like you. And if you show them that you're an independent person, that you don't need them, that your whole life is not revolving around them, they're going to want you more, okay? That's the whole idea. They're going to want you more, all right? And you don't want to be taken advantage of because you're always around or you're overly emotional or you're always calling and texting them and looking for them. No, you want to hold yourself back and have that person look for you. And if you've been giving that person a lot of attention, all right, when you pull back a little bit, they're going to miss that attention. They're going to be like, oh, what's with you? Say nothing, I'm busy or whatever, just be normal about it. Don't act strange about it or like you're trying to pay them back or anything like that. No, just be yourself, be busy, get busy with friends, get busy with family, get busy doing your own thing. All right. Have them trying to get you. All right. Don't make yourself so available. When you make yourself so available, you're going to start to be boring to them because they know they have you. It's the same old repetitive thing, all right? When they finally get you, guess what? Your time with them will be worth something because it was hard for them to nail you down, all right? So I hope you guys liked my podcast. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and share, okay? And remember, there's always, if the person you're dealing with is not showing you what you want, there's a lot of fish out there in the sea, all right? Never, ever feel like that person is the whole world because there's a whole world of people out there, all right? And somebody will treat you the way you should be treated. But in order for them to treat you the way you should be treated, you have to command that respect. And by commanding that respect, you have to show them that, you know what, you're a valuable person. Everybody's valuable in their own way. Everybody is a diamond in their own way. They all have special characteristics that make them different or special. And you have to convey to the person you're dating or in a relationship with that, you know what, you're not somebody that is desperate, okay? So never chase the person that you're dating or in a relationship with. And when you don't chase them, you're showing them that you have your own life, that you don't need them, that if something happened in the relationship, you're okay because you're a strong person and you're an independent person. And people love strong, independent people. It's a turn on, you guys. They love it, especially men. I can't tell you how many men told me they want a strong, independent woman, okay? They don't want a woman that revolves their whole life around them or can't live without them or is constantly needy that they have to see them all the time, all right? When you pull back, guess what? They're going to become the one that's needy for you, all right? One person always has the power over the other person. So you want to have the power. And the only way you have the power is to kind of be a little indifferent about things, not be emotional about things, and that person will be drawn into you, okay? But like I said, of course, if that person is showing you they really want to be with you and they're giving you that attention, they're giving you that time, then you give them the same kind of affection and time back as well, okay? Hope you guys liked the podcast. If you did, please hit the subscribe and share button, okay? Have a great New Year's. Be safe and be optimistic. It's a new year coming, new beginnings, okay? And we learn from our mistakes. We can't change our past, okay? All we could do is learn from it and try not to make the same mistakes so that we can move forward and find a partner that's right for us. Or if we're in a relationship, we can do some damage control if we have problems to make the relationship right and back on track, okay? Have a great New Year's, you guys. Take care.